Yes, baby. Okay. All right, come on. Yes. Go ahead. You ready for this? I know, we haven't cooked in a really long time. All right, so this is episode 1. Well, okay, this is technically episode 2, but the one episode is just absolutely lost because somebody called me in the middle of it, of cooking with the cat. So we're going to see how this goes. I have a feeling she's going to end up... Oh, okay. Guess I'm not cooking with the cat. She'll probably come back anyway. So actually, instead of cooking with the cat, this is healthy cooking. Boom. Okay, green peppers. Now, mind you, I'm hoping this meal is going to end up stretching out and lasting like a week. Because on top of being healthy and whatnot, there's also waste. Oh, now you're coming back up, huh? Is that... Come on. Come on. You want back up? On top of that, you have your waste or your byproduct that you can eat while you're cooking. So then you're not eating what you're cooking, and then you can save it for later. You can take it to work in Tupperware or something. You know, you can save it. Baby, Mommy's got to cook. Mommy's got to cook meals for work later. Here. Okay? Play with that. Please. Cooking with the cat is very hard, especially since she is no longer actually 12 pounds. She's closer to like 13 or 14. And she doesn't really fit in this pocket very well anymore. She just kind of halfway fits in there. I'm working on her weight. You know, she's on weight watching food. So I'm working on it. These are jalapenos. I've got, I want to say that it's a green bell pepper in there. It was a really big green pepper though, so it might have been a regular green pepper. Oh, but anyway, oops. Thank goodness the floor is clean and I'm only really cooking for me. Actually, no, I'll do that with the cream cheese. Right, so that's what you do. You take your little waste and byproducts and whatnot, and you take your cream cheese. You make sure you put it up on the counter where the cat knows she's not allowed, because trust me, she will jump up there and start licking it. And if you happen to have to share the cream cheese, then that's not really good. If you have the apartment all to yourself, that's one thing, but if you happen to acquire a roommate, that's something completely different. So, jalapeno on the floor. Again, I don't know if my roommate's going to want any. So, fell on the floor. Boom. It's mine. Cream cheese. And then also, as I was saying, from like cutting off the pepper, there's the spots that you don't really want to throw in the pan. Ooh, that is spicy. Hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. I forgot how much I loved raw jalapenos. But, you know, you have your little bits that you don't want to throw in the pan. So, you dip them in cream cheese while you're cooking. That way you're not eating what you're cooking and ending up with a teeny tiny amount left over when you're finally done cooking it. And also, as I said, that way, you know, you have meals for later. Because I have the tendency to eat what I'm cooking while I'm cooking it. And by the time I'm done cooking it, there's just none left over. Crap. I should probably wash my hands again. Now, I mean, like, I'm not Gordon Ramsay, you know, like, as long as I didn't lick my hands, I'm not going to go wash them again and again and again every time I take a bite. But if my hand went in my mouth, I'm gonna wash my hands if I'm cooking for someone else. If I'm just cooking for me, I don't give a fuck. I don't even care if the cat licks it, like, for real, for real. Don't even care if the cat licks it if I'm only cooking for me. But I'm not always only cooking for me anymore. / maybe sometimes I am only cooking for me, but I don't know it until after my roommate is like, oh no, I don't want any. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. More for me. You know, that's less that I have to cook later. No, that'll roast just fine. Okay, so you want to cook up the vegetables first because they're a little harder than chicken, and they're gonna you want to roast them before you even put the sauce in. Before you put, I got canned mushrooms just because I'm lazy. Also, I like the fact that they come a little bit softer. I want the tip. Just the tip! No, I'm playing. But, you know, I like that they end up coming just a little bit softer when they're in a can than they do when, that is awesome. When they come from, like, the produce aisle. I mean, I guess really it depends on, why is that phone vibrating? That's the cat phone. Nobody has that number. I don't even know that number. That's weird. But anyway, I guess it really depends on what you're cooking, but usually I'm doing dishes that I want softer mushrooms. So then I'll use canned mushrooms. If I, for some reason, need harder mushrooms, then, you know, then I'll go for produce mushrooms. Yeah. I can still work with that. I like to throw the seeds in with the sauce personally. That's just me. I don't like to waste things. I don't like to waste. I mean, you know, I may mostly keep a 2-bedroom apartment all to myself when I don't have a roommate. I generally do like a temporary roommate kind of thing. You know, like, hey, you know what? You need a temporary place to stay? Well, I can let you stay for up to 2 months. Because that's just the arrangement I have with my landlord. You know, like, I just don't do long-term living arrangements so far. I mean, if I find the right one, yeah, obviously they can sign off on the lease and join me in my journey. But, I mean, you know, so far it just hasn't happened. Maybe it will with this one. Who knows? I'm quite difficult to live with. I doubt it. Hey, nothing against the roommate. The roommate's fine. Actually, so far, one of the better roommates I have seen so far. I've only had a few days to judge, but I myself am very hard to live with long term. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. There's a reason I live alone. It's because I'm totally crazy, basically. But yeah, you know, you just cut these up, roast them up. Once you get them nice and toasty, that's when I like to throw in the chicken. And I actually personally like to throw in the sauce last. And so, like, for today's dish, I got the curry sauce, and I'm hoping that it's going to end up kind of like soaking into the jalapenos a little bit and like both toning them down and spicing them up at the same time. That sounds retarded, but I mean, like, that's basically what it is, you know. It tones it down because it's sauce, but it's also, I'm hoping, a vaguely spicy sauce. It's definitely a curry sauce, which is usually at least a little bit spicy. And then like, also those jalapeno seeds are going to be mixing in. The pepper seeds are going to be mixing in with the sauce. How many minutes am I at? Okay, cool. You know, they're gonna be kind of mixing in with the sauce, so I'm hoping it'll make it just so that little bit spicier yet toned down at the same time, because it'll kind of mix the flavors a little bit, you know. Cream cheese and green pepper byproduct. And I mean, like, that's a real treat for me because, which one was it again? This one. I mean, like, it's a piece of green pepper. Okay, so I like to use sea salt. You know, obviously not too much. It's definitely a little better than iodized salt because you don't get all that iodine. And then while you've got that going, literally all I'm gonna waste is these and that little bit of stem there. Like, I'm about to eat all of this with cream cheese. And that's it. That's the only waste that I'm going to have on this whole meal. Okay, I've got some chicken breasts. I'm about to chop them up right now while I'm waiting on these to roast. Because the mushrooms, everything that needs done to them is already done. They're already canned up for me. All I have to do is open the can and drain the water. That's it. So, yeah. Sometimes when I'm roasting peppers, I will put, like, some olive oil or vegetable oil on them. I have vegetable oil. I don't really feel like using it right now. And I don't actually currently have any olive oil. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of roast them raw. I don't like to do dishes, so you'll frequently just see me stirring something with the same knife I used to cut it up. And I mean, technically you're not really supposed to do that, especially if you're about to cut the chicken, but I mean, the chicken's going in there anyway. And I can always wash my knife between the chicken and the peppers, so I'm just gonna kind of stir them around a couple times, and then turn the heat down. You know, I just kind of want to get that initial sear on it, and then just kind of keep them warm. But I'm going to run out of time before I finish this dish, so I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to kind of let you know what's going on. Also, I wanted to show you guys I dyed my hair. I'm still working on the color a little bit with the shampoo. I have this purple shampoo that makes it like grayish, whitish. So that smells like it's burning already. So yeah, I'm gonna see how that goes. And, oh yeah, I have to get the pictures back and I have to get them on my Instagram once I do. But, I am starting out in modeling. I'm going more for a fitness model, but I kind of started out in the steampunk kind of thing to start off with. I'm making a few appointments coming up for fitness modeling, and I want to hopefully get that started on Instagram. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe, whatever, and eat healthy.